The angry tias and abuelas of the Rio Grande Valley have nothing but respect and admiration for the hundreds of asylum seekers at the International Bridge in Matamoros. Many families with small children and infants who have staged a sit-in protest today in reaction to months of desperation, frustration, fear, and even despair under the current practices of metering and so-called migrant protection protocols, MPP. They are to be admired for their long-suffering patience and this peaceful, even prayerful protest. We stand with them, we sit with them, we hold their hands, we care for them. We say, let them in, let them in.
Hi, this is Christina. I'm the network weaver for the Equal Voice Network, and I'm here with Bede, a licensed therapist in Brownsville, and Elise, who is a volunteer who's been serving migrants waiting on the bridge for the last year. And we're here to talk about what happened today on the bridge at the entry to the United States in Brownsville on the Matamoros side in Mexico. So, Elise, do you want to actually just explain a little bit of kind of what happened today, what we saw happening on the other side of the bridge?
Well, we actually don't have the details because we couldn't cross, but I was getting WhatsApp video and Facebook video of people on top of the bridge. The gate's already closed. I understand that American CBD closed the gate because they knew the migrants have been talking about coming. So it wasn't a surprise. It wasn't a taking over of the bridge. CBP, American CBD, was plenty prepared to do this, and they closed the gates that have been installed since, I want to say, March of this year there. And so they just marched up with their children. It was the middle of the night. And then they were just asking to be heard. That's what I could see on the video. And then the bridge remained closed until the afternoon of today. And they also walked back peacefully. The Mexican soldiers who were expected to have to intervene did not have to do that. And I was just the entire time thinking, what motivated them to do this? What could they think can be accomplished? And the fact is that they're there unable to understand what the process is. We on this side, who talk to lawyers and who talk to experts, we don't understand the process. I also know that some people are getting court dates for the summer of 2020.
So to provide a little bit of context, what we've seen in the last few months with the Remain in Mexico program is that now we have thousands of immigrants who are waiting on the other side of the bridge, many of them have come to the United States already, have made their case for asylum, and then are in Mexico in tents, just like less than a half a mile on the other side. There are hundreds of tents over there where people are living in inclement weather. You know, sometimes we experience rain here. We're about to go through the rainy season. And without access to running water, without access to food, waiting for their court dates, which, as you pointed out, sometimes are not going to be for a whole nother calendar year. Mm-hmm. What I think this incident demonstrates is that the process is completely opaque. People don't have information on how to make their rightful and legal claims for asylum. And I think one more thing that's really important to note is that this is in violation of international law. That everyone has the right to come to the United States through whatever means possible, and to make a case for asylum in safety. Betty, I know that you're a counselor. What are your thoughts on how this impacts the psychological state of people and what it is like to be in a condition where you're living with this uncertainty?
Yeah, well, there's no stability. This is like psychological distress, so folks are getting desperate. I mean, this is a manufactured issue. Being forced to stay over there, not knowing any idea of when they're going to be able to cross, having no basic needs. I mean, for the children especially, it creates a lot of distress, attachment issues, and I think it's important that we take a note of that. I mean, a lot of folks, their mental health is they already are coming with a lot of trauma, and their mental health is already impacted, and to just be here and be coerced to do a lot of different things because of desperation to It's not okay. It's abuse of psychological torture.
Yeah, this morning, the Equal Voice Network was at Representative Vela's office, and what we heard from one of the advocates was that there is a mother over there with 2 children who are in their teens, and she sleeps every night outside of her tent, wedged up against the tent with the children inside because she's afraid for the safety of her 2 daughters. And I think the message that we really want to bring home and thank you so much, Elise and Bede, for being here, is that this is not being covered by the media. What is happening on the other side of this border has been completely ignored since Remain in Mexico has started to happen. And it has taken asylees literally laying their lives on the bridge for this to become noticed by the national media. It has also taken a presidential candidate to come here and for this to get some attention, and this is completely inhumane. We want and we collaborate as the Equal Voice Network with the Southern Borders Community Coalition, and what we're asking for right now is a new border vision, one that provides an entry point to the United States that is welcoming, that has safety for everyone, including asylum seekers, and that holds human life as paramount above all else.